A perfect evening for football, a big occasion for both sets of supporters, and there to enjoy it with them, an ardent football fan, President Michael D. Higgins. Commentary on the EA Sports Cup final from Stephen Alkin.
In comes the cross. Drogheda United struggling to get it away, and was that a handball by Eric Foley? Shamrock Rovers thought so. You can see Stephen Rice asking the question of the referee, Tomas Connolly, and certainly on that replay it looks like Rovers had a case. Thomas Stewart goes down, fouled by Foley. Free kick taken by McCabe, and the header wasn't far away. So Rovers making the early running. That's a good free kick, and off the head of Gavin Brennan. Foley sends it forward. Drogheda United starting to settle, and Gavin Brennan with the diving header, getting in ahead of Kerrea Gilbert. Here goes McCabe on this wonderful surface in Tala. Kilduff with the layoff. Chance for Finn. Oh, that's a great save. The chance to put Rovers ahead. That would have settled the nerves. And it's a brilliant stop by Gabriel Sava with his feet. One in the air by Sivas. Crowley sends it over the top. Chance for O'Brien, perhaps. And Gilbert gets the tackle in. So corner to Drogheda United in front of their adoring fans. In comes the cross. O'Brien's there! Oh, the poach is supreme! Drogheda United's top scorer all time, and he's put them ahead. 33 minutes on the clock, and the fans from County Louth are delirious. Janssen couldn't get there. Gilbert let it run too far. Gavin Brennan to Peter Hines. He's led the line well. On it goes from Foley. And McNally sending it forward. And the free header, and Janssen forced to save, and Finn puts it behind. Gavin Brennan, one of three Brennan brothers in this Drogheda team. And Janssen was at full stretch. The corner comes in, and the header wasn't far away. Again, Shamrock Rovers poor at the dead balls, and Crowley almost making it 2-0. Gannon. Here's O'Brien. Came off Connor Powell. That'll be a corner to Drogheda United. Prendergast with the movement. It's a good ball in. Oh, mistake! Disaster for Shamrock Rovers. No Drogheda United player anywhere near the ball. And a mistake between Janssen and Gilbert, and it's in the net. And Drogheda United lead by 2-0 coming up to half-time. Janssen punching it onto the body of Gilbert. Rovers in big trouble now. Colin Hawkins stepping up. Now McCabe. Powell's on the outside. Sliding in was Kilduff. And they've got the free kick, Shamrock Rovers, though it looked like that challenge by Kilduff may have meant the free kick going the other way. Now we know what Killian Brennan can do from these. And he's done it again! Oh, what a goal! That's a brilliant free kick by Killian Brennan, who hasn't done an awful lot in the game, but he has produced this moment of magic. Sava, no chance. It's 2-1. Gilbert robbed by Brennan, and he beats Rice. Good play by Drogheda United. Down goes the other Brennan. The shot from Foley deflected. It's in! Oh, Janssen was beaten by the deflection, and 2 minutes after Rovers got the goal, Drogheda have restored their 2-goal cushion. It was a well-struck shot, but the deflection took it away from Oscar Janssen. And Drogheda United surely on the way now to their first League Cup since 1984. Hines with the layoff, and that strike straight at Oscar Janssen by Declan O'Brien. Hawkins wins it in the air, sent forward by Crowley. Powell colliding with O'Brien. Oh, he could be in trouble here. It didn't look like it was a goal-scoring opportunity, but Powell has been sent off by referee Tomas Connolly, a little harshly perhaps. And that means Rovers will have to play the last 20 minutes with 10 men. Here comes the free kick, and again Janssen right behind it. But surely these Shamrock Rovers fans won't have a trophy this season. Beaten, of course, in the FAI Cup. And now looking like they're going to suffer a home defeat against Drogheda United. Mick Cooke's side, who have lost all 3 league games against the Hoops this season, but on the threshold of something big here. Foley's free kick, oh, just deflected beyond the far post and put behind by Gary Twigg. It's almost over at Tallaght. Can Shamrock Rovers get some consolation? Still Drogheda United stretching every sinew to keep it at 3-1. The Rovers fans have seen enough. In comes the corner. Back into the middle, Gilbert goes down. Alan McNally was the defender. Was there pushing here? Perhaps there was. Some referees would give a penalty for that. Well, what a day for Mick Cooke and Drogheda United. Their first League Cup since 1984, their first trophy in 5 years, and for Mick Cooke, first time a winner as a manager in the League of Ireland. A brilliant performance by them. The goals from O'Brien, the OG from Gilbert, and Foley with the third. Killian Brennan with the consolation for Shamrock Rovers, and this huge travelling support from County Louth can celebrate a League Cup victory. The EA Sports Cup goes to Drogheda United, lifted aloft by their captain, Paul Browning.
Yes, the first major domestic honour of the season going to Mick Cooke and Drogheda United. I'm delighted now to be joined on the line by Drogheda United manager Mick Cooke. Mick, first of all, we'd like to say many congratulations to you and the team. You've already received deserved plaudits for what you've done at Drogheda this season, but it certainly must be nice for you to have a trophy to go along with it.
Good evening, Peter. How are you? Yes, obviously, probably unexpected by the pundits that where we are this season. But as I said, from January we worked very, very hard. A lot of people didn't give us recognition for what we were doing, and I think after the first 10 games of the season, people were saying, oh, they can't keep this going. The second 10 games, I think we proved we could do it. And certainly everything has ended up now last Saturday from the hard work that started last January, and I don't think it's any more than we deserve.
Certainly not, Mick, and I believe there are a couple of politicians inquiring as to how you've achieved such great success with a limited budget, because it's what they're trying to do at the moment. But how have you done it?
Well, you have to make tough decisions, and obviously they can't make tough decisions. No, I think you have to identify the players that will gel together. And I must say, Robbie Horgan and myself sat down probably as early as last November. I think we spoke to, I might say, about 40 players. And obviously then we identified who we would take. Lucky enough, they've gelled together as a great group, and more importantly, the team spirit of the players that are not playing has us where we are, because they've supported the other players who are playing in magnificent style and pushed everybody on.
And while it is wonderful to win the trophy, Mick, we must remember that you've got a very important league run-in on the horizon, because you're still in contention, and I'm sure that's what you're telling the players.
Well, I think obviously the players now will gain extra confidence in that performance. As was said in commentary, we lost 3 times to Shamrock Rovers, and the players showed. I don't think we showed up for them games, and probably the players were a bit standoffish because it was Shamrock Rovers. But we certainly went to Tallaght in a great frame of mind, and I think we showed the people what we can do. Now, I think that will give us extra confidence going into the last 5 games. We're 7 points behind Sligo Rovers. The top 4 have to play one another in the last few games. So, it's never over till the fat lady sings, and until it's mathematically impossible for us to win it, we'll keep going.
Well, Mick, once again, we send you many congratulations. Great achievement in winning the EA Sports Trophy. Continued success for the rest of the season. It certainly looks like being an exciting league run-in. Many thanks there to Mick Cooke for joining us on the line this evening, manager of that successful Drogheda United team at the weekend. Colin, it really is extraordinary. It's been mentioned on the programmes many times on what Mick has done up there.
Best job of any manager this season. He has to get it. It's been phenomenal what he's achieved on such a limited budget as well, starting pretty much from scratch in the off season. You know, he's probably been a bit modest there, saying that, you know, it wasn't really an awful lot to do with him or whatever, but it's hard work. Obviously the players have put in a massive degree of hard work training in the pre-season, and they do look to me, I've seen them a few times this season, they look to be extremely fit now. I don't know what type of regime they have going there, but they do look to be fitter than most teams around them, and they're doing that probably part-time as well, so even more credit has to go to them for that.
Yeah, Pat, and I know the admiration you have for Mick, because he is a proper football man and goes about the business in the right manner, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a gift from God. He's just a fantastic human being. He knows the game. You know, as a manager, the one thing you want to do, know the game. And you know, he's made it difficult for all the other managers out there, because he's left them with no excuses. All managers say, we're 2 players short, give us a bit of money and I'll make you successful. He's done it without money, and you know, if you look at Shamrock Rovers, you know, that game was on their home ground, and you know, they got rid of the previous manager because that wasn't good enough, Stephen Kenny, and in the 2 games since, they've gone out of the FAI Cup in the quarter-final, and they lost the League Cup final. So, you know, you've got to look at spirit, and what Mick Cooke's done at Drogheda is build a terrific spirit, and that goes a long way.
Yeah, Kenny, you know the importance of a good manager in the dressing room, a good manager at the club, and Mick really has turned fortunes around for Drogheda United.
Looks to have good man management skills. I think there's a healthy respect there between the manager and the players, and also a good eye for a player. He spoke about targeting players in the summer. I mean, it's easy to target the best players. We all know who they are. They stand out head and shoulders. But you need to get the right characters in the dressing room. He looks to have done that. He looks to have strong personalities, players with strong minds within the dressing room. He's got them organised. They've got a great team spirit, and that's a great foundation to build from. You know, and that's been, I think, instrumental in the success they've had this season. Yeah, so many congratulations once again to Mick and Drogheda United. Now, just before we leave you this evening, here's a reminder of the upcoming league fixtures. For starters, the big one for St Pat's tomorrow night at Richmond Park when they take on Shamrock Rovers. Kick off there 7:45. Then next Friday, the match of the weekend is on at Hunky Dory's Park. Drogheda hosting St Pat's. That's live for you here on RTE2. Kick off at 7:05. We're on air at 7. UCD Bows has a 7:45 start, while Shamrock Rovers at Dundalk and Shelburne Bray begin at 8. The Northwest Derby is on Saturday. League leaders Sligo Rovers taking on Derry City at the Showgrounds, and that's at 7:45. And now confirmation of the results from last weekend in the First Division. Merview United beating Athlone Town by 3-0. Salthill Devon Galway losing at home to Limerick. Waterford United keeping their challenge going with that 4-2 win over Longford Town. Wexford Youths and Finn Harps drawing 2-2. Here's how it stands in the First Division with 3 matches remaining. A straightforward fight really to the finish between Limerick and Waterford United. 4 points separating the top 2 at the moment, so each remaining fixture is of the utmost importance. And here are those fixtures. Limerick are at home to Athlone Town on Friday evening. Merview United also in action on Friday against Wexford Youths. Then on Saturday, Longford Town at home to SD Galway, and Waterford United have a pretty tricky assignment there on the way to Ballybuffet to take on Finn Harps. And that's all you have to look forward to, but that's all we have time for this evening. My thanks to Colm, Pat and Kenny for joining us. Don't forget, our live match this coming Friday is the crucial one and will probably determine which club will contest the league run-in most closely with Sligo Rovers. I hope you can join us for Drogheda United against St Patrick's Athletic this Friday at 7. Bye for now.
Gonna seize the day, bottle rockets and celebrate.